Here we are in the top of the fifth. Levi Medella, an 0-2 hole. Grounds this one over to the shortstop, Calvillo. He goes to first with it. Ball in the dirt, scooped up by John Ewens, the first baseman. That'll be the second out of the inning now. Saints still ahead 11-0. We apologize for any inconvenience with the live stream. We are unaware of how long we were not live for. We had a little bit of technical difficulties, some malfunctioning equipment with some overheating after sitting in the blaring sun. Some very generous fans here at Monte Vista High School gave us some umbrellas to better cover our stuff, so we believe we should be back up and running now. First pitch in there for a called strike to Jax Ryan. Breaking ball down in there for a called strike two. It's Jack Little who awaits on third base.
Jax Ryan having a good day as well. Base hit in the second inning, ended up reaching third on error.
Swing and a miss out of Jax Ryan. He goes down swinging, and that will end the top of the fifth. Riley Horn here with my broadcast partner, Mark Robinson, who now will take over the play-by-play call as we head to the home half after this quick break.
My name is Tyler Gordon.
My name is Adrian Lopez, and this is Rippin' Decks with the Saints.
I have Spencer Torkelson from the Tigers. He went to ASU.
I got 2009 Most Valuable Players, American League is at Joe Mauer, and National League Albert Pujols.
I got Lawrence Butler, rookie card actually from the Athletics.
I got Walker Buehler, signed card. That's pretty sick. I'm a big Dodgers fan, so that's pretty cool.
I got Rafael Devers from the Red Sox. Fun fact, when I went to Fenway like 5 years ago, he threw me a ball.
I got Jacob Lopez, a pitcher from the Rays. Last name Lopez. Might be related, might not.
I got Matt McClain on the Reds. He's from Orange County, just like me.
This is the Diamondbacks catcher, Gabriel Moreno.
Tanner Beebe, the Guardians pitcher.
We got an outfielder, Robbie Grossman from the Rangers.
Pretty good pitcher, Brady Singer on the Royals.
I got a catcher from the Pirates, Jason DeLay.
Isaac Paredes on the Rays, good infielder.
I got Francisco Mejia, a catcher from the Rays.
And then my last card is Justin Steele on the Cubs. He threw a complete game today against the Angels.
I got Chris Bassett from the Blue Jays.
We welcome you back to the Bay Area here. The Arroyo Seco Saints leading the Walnut Creek Crawdads 11-0 in the bottom of the fifth inning. Johnny Youns, Cam Calvillo, and Riley Leninger due up for the Crawdads. Looking for their second hit of the day. Here's the first pitch to Leninger, hit in the back by Erdman, and he'll take his base. Believe that's the first hit by pitch of the day for the Saints, and the fifth overall, as we've seen 4 from the other side of this contest this afternoon.
Yeah, John Ewens, the first baseman for the Crawdads, got him right on that front elbow. He's going to take a second, make sure he's okay. Takes a quick walk around first base, but it looks like things are all good. So it'll bring up Cam Calvillo, but a leadoff man on for the Crawdads, who are now chasing 11, is a good start.
We talked about how much the Saints batters are seeing at-bats and seeing the plate today. The other way around for the Crawdads is this one grounded to second, over to first. Double play, turn 2. Nice defense there by Arroyo Seco.
Yeah, just a clean 6-4-3, about as tailor-made as it possibly gets. Puts 2 outs now on the inning.
As I was saying, though, really not a lot of plate appearances for the Crawdads today. Such strong defense. No errors so far for Arroyo Seco, and 2 gone now in the bottom of the 5th inning. Leninger takes a look at the first pitch of the count. That one's in the dirt for ball 1. It's his second AB of the day. Here's the 1-0. Fouls this one off the dirt, and Erdman will scoop it up, and the count's now even at 1 apiece. I think he maybe fouled that one off his foot. Some chirps coming from the Arroyo Seco dugout. Counts even at 1-1. Erdman winds and delivers. Swung on for strike 2. Here's a 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 called. Erdman gets it done. And another strong defensive outing for the Arroyo Seco Saints. We'll head to the top of the 6th inning. Stay with us on the Saints streaming network. Six, seven, eight due up for Arroyo Seco here in the top of the 6th inning. Jacob Freer, Joey Milto, and Johnny Garber. New arm in as well for the Walnut Creek Crawdads. Edward Saeed wearing number 33, the 4th pitcher of the day for Walnut Creek.
Saeed, redshirt freshman out of Los Medanos College so far in this summer. He has a 1-0 record and a 1.68 ERA through 2 appearances and 1 start. 5 1/3 total innings, 7 strikeouts to 3 walks, and giving up 4 hits.
Freer takes a look at strike 1. He's 0 for 1 on the day. Popped out to the shortstop in the top of the 4th inning. Was also walked and would then come in to score. And he pops this pitch up and near the 3rd base line and out of play for strike 2. So Saeed now ahead of the count here for Jacob Freer. And as I said, 0 for 1 on the day. Freer's looking for his first hit for Arroyo Seco in this inning. Here's the 0-2. Swung on and popped again towards the away dugout. And not able to make the grab is Leninger. Probably tough with the sunlight over there. He had plenty of time and plenty of space, but he overshot it, overestimated it a little bit. And the count will stay 0-2. We'll do it again for Jacob Freer.
Some defensive changes as well for the Crawdads. John Ewens, his day is now done. He took a hit by pitch off the elbow, and he is now checked out of the game. Coming in his replacement spot is going to be number 5, Cam Taylor. He's now into right field, and sliding now from right field to the first base spot is Joey Donnelly.
Pitch there from Saeed, misses inside. Counts now 1-2. He kicks and delivers. This one fouled and grounded back into the boards here at Monte Vista High School. And we'll do it again at 1-2. Freer playing second base for Arroyo Seco today. Seen a lot of infield action as they've been very productive on defense. And he's going to take a look at the 1-2 pitch. Pops this one right down the middle towards center field. McGee crashes in, unable to make the catch, and it'll fall for a base hit. So Jacob Freer draws one out to center field, gets on base, and Joey Milto will come out.
Yeah, 2 strikes behind him. Took a little bit more of a defensive swing on that pitch. Got it a little bit off the end of the bat and flared it into shallow center, just out of the reach of McGee, but good for a base hit either way.
Yeah, not sure what happened with Leavitt McGee. It looked like he was going to be able to make that grab. Must have just been a really shallow ball in center field there. A lot of hustle from him, but not able to make the grab. First pitch to Milto in the dirt for ball 1. Milto also looking for his first hit of the day. Was walked twice in the 2nd and the 4th inning. Here's the 1-0 to Milto. In the dirt again for ball 2, and Milto ahead of the count here in the top of the 6th inning. Still no outs and a runner on first for Joey Milto. Two-0 misses high, and a hitter's count for Joey Milto with a runner on first.
Likely that take sign going to be on now. 3 straight balls issued from Saeed on the bump. No reason to go hack and roll into a double play.
Here's the 3-0. Right down the middle for a called strike. Joey Milto still with a hitter's count. 3-1 with a runner on first. Saeed delivers. Just a bit outside, and Milto will take his base. Runners on first and second brings up Johnny Garber for the Arroyo Seco Saints. Garber's 2 for 2 on the day. A 2 RBI single in the top of the 2nd inning, and another single in the top of the 4th, looking for his 3rd as he prepares himself in the right-handed batter's box. First pitch right off his shoulder. Another hit by pitch here at Monte Vista High School, and he will take his base. Bases are loaded here in this game.
And, man, have we seen a lot of hit batters so far today. Guys just taking a beating in the batter's box. But, I mean, if you get on base and you have that potential to score another run for your team, it's definitely worth the sacrifice.
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, you don't want a situation like This pitch high and outside for ball one. You don't want a situation like John Yallens, the first baseman, who took a hit so hard he's not able to come back in the game, will not be returning for the Crawdads. But like you said, if you're able to make that sacrifice. 1-0 is outside for ball two. Mosini thought about it, started the check swing but held back, and he's ahead of the count here with the bases loaded. Here's the 2-0 to Mosini. This one right down the middle, called strike one, and he'll step out of the batter's box and recollect with a 2-1 count, bases loaded.
Still in a hitter's count. Great opportunity to knock in one or a couple here. A lot of ways to do it as well.
Mosini pops this one, foul, and not able to make the grab is Leninger, out of play, and we'll even it up at 2-2. Jacob Freer at third base, Joey Milto at second, Johnny Garber at first. Here's the 2-2. Low and inside, and the count's full for Keon Mosini.
Another potential way to knock in that run now arises with 3 balls in the count. If you walk, you get yourself an RBI.
Payoff pitch is into center field, unable to make the grab, and Freer will come in and score 12-0 Arroyo Seco.
Again, not the best hit of baseballs, but just enough on it to squeak it over the infield and get it out of the reach of McGee. McGee got his leather on it this time, just unable to hang on to it. It dropped right in front of him to his feet. Runners go station to station. Another run scores.
Yeah, bases loaded, an RBI single for Keon Mosini, and Lane Hayworth steps into the batter's box for the 5th time this afternoon. Here's the first pitch, high and outside for ball one. Saints have been in the double digits for runs since the second inning, as the 1-0 misses low for ball two. Now they're in the double digits for hits. 10 hits on the day for Arroyo Seco.
They got 9 last night against the Stompers, but they only got 1 run this time. They've been able to string that offense and turn it into runs on the scoreboard.
2-0 is fouled near the third base line by Lane Hayworth, and he'll get his first strike of the count. So now it's Joey Milto on third, Garber on second, and Mosini on first. And here's the 2-1 to Hayworth. High and outside, and hitters count for Lane Hayworth. Three and one count. Saeed delivers. This one cranked towards right field. Donnelly's going to try to get under it. Tagging up and scoring for the Arroyo Seco Saints is Joey Milto. Nice sac fly there for Lane Hayworth. A productive out, and it's 13-0 Arroyo Seco.
Runs on the day, 10 hits, and I have a theory now, Mark, as to why the offense is finally awoken on this third day.
All right, let's hear it.
The length of the bus ride. We spent 6 hours on our bus ride from Pasadena up to San Luis Obispo. Saints ended up getting 2 hit shut out that night. And then yesterday morning, we spent, again, around 6 or 7 hours on the bus up to Sonoma. And then Saints would go for 9 hits, but only 1 run. Today, we've only had about a 45-minute bus ride down here from Sonoma to Walnut Creek, and the offense is finally starting to wake up.
I think you're absolutely right. A short, easy 20-minute bus ride from Napa, California down to Walnut Creek here. These players are ready to rock and roll with a fresh night of sleep and a McDonald's sausage egg McMuffin. They're ready to go. As Enright takes a look at strike one, we're knotted up at 1-1 now. Still no outs here in the top of the 6th inning. 1 out. Enright fouls this one for strike 2. 1 out from Lane Hayworth, who popped out sac fly to right field, brought in Joey Milto. Runners on first and second. Here's the pitch to Enright. Inside for ball 2, and the count's now even. Here's the 2-2 pitch to Enright. Cranks this one to right center field. Back at the wall. It's gone. Trotter Enright cranks one over the wall here at Monte Vista High School. He'll bring in 3 runs, 16-0 Arroyo Seco.
Now the Saints' second home run of the day. It was a 2-run blast by Joey Milto in the second, and now a 3-1 blast here by Trotter Enright. The offense has finally woken up.
That it has, Riley. 2 home runs on the day for Arroyo Seco. Just a really strong day of offense overall. And the offensive firepower continues as the Saints lead 16-0.
98 miles an hour off the bat of Trotter Enright, 370 feet over the right center field wall. Very impressive piece of hitting.
1 out, Jack Little now. Almost hit by the pitch again.
Looks like now pinch hitter instead of Jack Little, taking over in the designated hitter spot. It's number 6, J.J. Kennett.
Yeah, I beg your pardon there. J.J. Kennett pinch hitting now. Jack Little, his day is done. And J.J. Kennett, in his first outing of the day, takes a look at a 2-0 pitch here from Saeed. This one in the corner for strike 1. Here's the 2-1. Another pitch right in the corner for strike 2. Saeed has caught himself up in this count here, and it's 2-2 for J.J. Kennett.
Kennett gets the nod in the pinch hit spot here today. He got the start a couple nights ago against San Luis Obispo, ended that one 1 for 4.
2-2 pitch is called ball, and the count is full now for J.J. Kennett in his first AB of the day. Here's the payoff pitch to Kennett. Cranks this one towards center field. Catch is made by Leavitt McGee, and there's 2 gone now for the Crawdads in the top of the 6th.
Couple of balls have fell in front of Leavitt McGee so far this inning. That one he's able to range over and make the grab for the second out.
Looks like a potential pitching change as the Crawdads coaching staff and infield will crowd the mound and discuss a game plan as we're looking to see our probably second longest half frame of the day here. A productive one as well. 5 runs scored so far in this half inning.
Yeah, and Saeed's day now going to be done. Crawdads are going to go to the pen here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th.
Now pitching for Walnut Creek, number 15, Braden Barnes.
Edward Saeed's day is done for the Walnut Creek Crawdads, and a new pitcher comes in. Braden Barnes out of Arizona State University, teammates of Jax Ryan and Johnny Garber of the Arroyo Seco Saints. As the first pitch to Levi Medella is fouled near the home dugout here at Monte Vista High School, and the count's 0-1.
Barnes this summer for the Crawdads, 1-1 record in 4 appearances, 6.13 ERA.
Second pitch hammered out towards left field. Brown will make the grab, and that will do it for the top of the 6th inning. Productive top half of the 6th for the Arroyo Seco Saints. They score 5, and they lead 16-0. Home half coming up next on the Arroyo Seco Saints streaming network.
Get out. One Nick. Go safe, Gary. Oh. Get out. That ball's going off. Leave us. Hell yeah, Joey! Lay up for it. TG, sit down. No, it's actually. Yeah, I know. That's the best part. Major.
Zach Erdman's day is done for the Arroyo Seco Saints. A successful one, that is, has held the Crawdads to only 1 hit and no runs. And now Maximo Newhart comes in for Arroyo Seco. Really nice pitch right down the middle, called strike.
Yeah, Erdman ends the day, 5 innings pitched, giving up just 1 walk and giving 2 strikeouts, no runs, and just that 1 hit.
Skiva's second pitch fouled down the third base line for strike 2. And Newhart ahead of the count here, 0-2. Strike 3 called. Esquive caught looking, 1 gone here in the bottom of the 6th.
3 straight pitches. Newhart comes out of the pen and immediately records a strikeout. When you're leading by 16, that's all you really need to do. Just fill the zone. Let them hit it as far as they possibly can. It's going to take a lot more for them to get back into this one. Great job by Newhart.
Yeah, really good start for him to settle in. And now he'll face Lievitt McGee. And there's the 4th straight strikeout for Maximo Newhart. Counts 0-1 for McGee. Newhart winds up for the 0-1 pitch. Just a bit inside for ball 1. Definitely a close call there. Counts now even at 1-1. 1-1 is hammered out to left field. Mosini will go back at the wall to grab it. He'll heave it in towards second base, and that will be a double for Casey Lievitt McGee. Second hit of the day for the Crawdads.
Yeah, real nice piece of hitting there. Goes the other way with it. and puts a runner in scoring position against Maximo Newhart, who's at a Glendale Community College, and so far this summer has 1 start and 2 other relief appearances for a 1-0 record, a 1.8 ERA through 5 innings pitched.
We'll see if he can continue that strong start to his season, and we'll also see how long the Saints staff keeps him in, because they took their time taking Erdman out, and with the start that Newhart's had so far, I suspect to see him in for a while. Newhart turns around, tries to pick off at second base, holds on to the ball, and a fresh count here for the leadoff batter, Jared Medham. Medham, this one popped out towards left field. Getting under it is Ryan, and he'll make the grab. McGee tags back up at second. And there's 2 gone here in the bottom of the 6th inning.
Newhart bouncing straight back after giving up that double and gets a fly out just in the shallow outfield, almost on the infield. Doing a good job. He's only given up 1 hit in 2 of his appearances. The third one, he gave up 3 hits, but only 1 run, and he's yet to give up a run since that first one on opening night.
Ryan Brome fouls this one over the bleachers here at Monte Vista High School for strike 1. Brome is 1 for 1 on the day. He has 1 of 2 hits for the Crawdads, which came in the bottom of the 4th inning. He was then stranded. Here's the 0-1. A little bit low for ball 1, and the count's even for Ryan Brome. Brome playing in left field today on the defensive side for the Crawdads. Here's the 1-1. In the dirt again for ball 2. Goes behind Garber, which will send Leavitt McGee easily over to third base. He's now 90 feet of scoring the first run of the day for the Crawdads.
Again, Newhart got a 16-run cushion behind him. All he needs to do is just fill the zone. There's no other worry in the world as of right now.
1-1 with 2 gone in the bottom of the 6th. The runner on third. Newhart kicks and delivers. Inside for ball 2. A little bit of umpire to scoreboard miscommunication. The count is 3-1 for Ryan Brome, and he hacks at the 3-run, goes foul towards the home dugout. Full count with a runner on third for Ryan Brome. Here's the payoff pitch. Grounded right to first base. Easy tap, tag out, and that will retire the runner at third, and the score will remain 16-0. Easy play there for Levi Medella. And we'll head to the top of the 7th inning. Saints leading 16-0. Stay with us on the Saints streaming network.
on-base percentage. He's going to get up with the 2 hits he has. He lines one.
That one's belted to right field, and that one is gone. How about Josh Livingston getting things started here for the Saints? He ropes a home run. Jake Brown looking up. That one is gone in opposite field. Home.
Top 7 here in Walnut Creek, California. Levi Medella, Jax Ryan, and Jacob Freer due up for the Arroyo Seco Saints. And Braden Barnes will continue to occupy the rubber for the Crawdads after being called in for the last out of the top of the 6th inning. Here's the first pitch of the inning. Cranked towards left field, and this one will fall for a base hit. Jax Ryan will head to second base with ease, and a beautiful outfield double for Jax Ryan.
Gets things started early. Great piece of hitting, fell right in the gap. Can't do it much better than that to lead things off for the Saints.
Jacob Freer with a runner now in scoring position. Takes a look at the first pitch. Low corner, strike one.
Now, as we are heading into the final third of this game, assuming this score remains somewhat the same, and more so assuming that the Crawdads have a goose egg at the end of this game and they continue to be shut out by the Saints, this will be the 4th straight Saints game where either team will be shut out. It was an 8-0 victory against the Oaks on June 17th. A couple nights ago against the Blues, the Saints got shut out by a 3-0 final. Blues took that one down. Then last night, a 1-0 Saints victory.
Strike 3 called on Jacob Freer. Nice low pitch in the far side corner. That'll bring up the first out of the inning for the Crawdads.
Just a quick, efficient out at that. 3 pitches for the strikeout of Freer. Good work on the mound by Barnes. Now, checking in for a pinch hit opportunity, Matthew Maynard, who got the start at the catching spot in last night's game, went 0 for 4 against the Stompers.
Nice opportunity for Maynard to come in, try to get a hit with a runner in scoring position. He takes a look at the first pitch. Hard swing, strike one. A lot of pinch hitters coming in. Really strong decision by Aaron Milam, the coach for the Saints. This ball fouled into the back fence here at Monte Vista High School. With this comfortable of a lead, may as well let some of these guys who sat earlier in the game get out, get some reps, take some hacks, and even try to contribute to this comfortable 16-0 lead that the Saints have here in the top of the 7th inning.
Yeah, no doubt. No reason not to get some other guys some reps. Even guys like Maynard, who last night went 0 for 4, didn't see any action in the game against the Slow Blues. But quieter night last night and a good opportunity to now get his first hit of the last 2 days.
Quick mound meeting with Braden Barnes. Manager of the Crawdads will retreat back to his dugout. And Maynard will step back into the box with an 0-2 count, 1 gone here in the top of the 7th. Oh, 2 pitch. High and outside for ball 1. Runner goes to third. Throw to third is not in time. Stolen base by Jax Ryan, continuing to show off that speed. And a runner now 90 feet away from scoring for Arroyo Seco. Another strike called, and Maynard will strike out for the second out. Just before that third strike, some words coming from the Walnut Creek coaching staff. They were very frustrated with the call on Jax Ryan safe at third.
I think it was more so the fact that with a 16-run lead, Jax Ryan still taking off and stealing third base. Just a little bit unnecessary. 16-run lead, just a couple of innings left in this ball game. It's almost out of reach as it is for the Crawdads, so a little bit unnecessary out of the Saints there.
Yeah, a little waste of energy. Definitely agree with what you're saying there. Oh, 1 to Garber is fouled down the third base line. Manager Aaron Milam will barehand it and give it to the Crawdads defense. We joked way earlier today about how we were suspecting that Jax Ryan would be back-to-back first run scored for the Saints. Strike 3 called on Johnny Garber. And that was the case, only today he was the first of 16 runs to score. We've talked about it a lot, but a really productive day of offense for the Saints. As we'll head to the bottom of the 7th inning, Saints still leading 16-0 to their 12-2 hits. Stay with us on the Arroyo Seco Saints streaming network. Three, 4, 5 due up for the Walnut Creek Crawdads here in the bottom of the 7th inning as we welcome you back to Walnut Creek, Bay Area in beautiful state of California. Mark Robinson alongside Riley Horn with you for today's Saints Crawdads CCL matchup. Maximo Newhart still on the mound for the Saints as this first pitch at the dirt near the feet of Joey Donnelly for ball 1. This pitch, easy ground out to first base. Medella will pitch it to Newhart for the first out of the inning.
Yeah, just an easy play there, and Donnelly got the start in right field in this one, then slid over to the first base spot after John Ewens, the starting first baseman, exited the game after taking a hit by pitch off the elbow.
One-0 pitch called strike. Count even at 1-1 now for Zach Justice. This pitch fouled. And it's now 0-2. Here's the 0-2 from Newhart. Cranked out towards left field. Going back is Mosini, and that will get out for a home run. Zach Justice gets the Crawdads on the board. Nicely hit ball right over the head of Mosini, and the Crawdads grab their first run of the day.
A great barrel there for the Zach Justice round trip. And that will finally end the goose egg streak of the Saints. It's now a 16-1 ball game.
A lot of work for the Crawdads still if they want to try to make this a comebackable game, but nevertheless, always good to end up scoring a run. This one grounded to shortstop, throw over to first. We'll get there for the second out of the inning.
Good job by Newhart there. Bounces right back into the zone. Doesn't let the home run bother him as he shouldn't, with now a 15-run lead still. But good job to bounce back and get a weak ground out.
Yeah, absolutely. And he's able to be backed up by the strong defense in the Arroyo Seco Saints, who still have no errors today. Easy 6-3, Jax Ryan over to Levi Medella. And 2 gone now in the bottom of the 7th. In the dirt here for ball 1. One 0 misses high. Cam Calvillo getting ahead of the count here with 2 gone. Here's the 2-0. This ball's hit well towards right center field. Milto comes in and makes the grab to retire the inning. So a home run from Zach Justice ends the goose egg and puts the Crawdads on the board, but the Saints remain with a 15-run lead as we head to the top of the 8th inning. Riley Horn, Mark Robinson on the Saints streaming network. (9-1-2) due up in the top of the 8th for the Saints here in Walnut Creek, still leading 16-1. Keon Mussini will step into the left-handed batter's box and face Braden Barnes. First pitch right down the middle called strike. 0-1 now for Keon Mussini, who's 1 for 1 on the day, was also walked and hit by a pitch. Second pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2. And Barnes quickly ahead of the count against Keon Mussini here. 0-2. Little bit high for ball 1. As Mussini tries to get this count back to even. 1-2 is low and outside. Count's now even.
Good take there by Mussini. That one was close. Could have gone either way. A outside breaker, but a good take.
1-2 right down the middle for strike 3, and the first out of the inning comes in a strikeout looking from Keon Mussini. Not a lot of swinging strikeouts for the Saints today, mostly looking, not feeling confident in these pitches. 0-1 to Hayworth is fouled over the fencing behind home plate and into the field, into the stands, excuse me. Oh, 1 also in the low corner for strike 2. Lane Hayworth with not much to lose, but behind this count looks at 0-2. Way outside, all the way in the right-handed batter's box for ball 1. Here's 1-2. Fouled over the Saints dugout and into the grass here at Monte Vista High School, home field for the Walnut Creek Crawdads during the CCL Summers. 1 out from Keon Mussini, who struck out looking. And another strikeout for Braden Barnes. This time swinging is Lane Hayworth. And that will bring out the second out of the inning, as well as bring out Trotter Enright, who in his last at-bat crushed a home run to right center field. We'll see if he can have another productive outing for the Saints.
Yeah, a great last time up. Like you mentioned, crushed that home run, great piece of hitting, but Barnes now in a groove, 2 strikeouts in a row. Now, battle of the good performances, I guess you could say.
Trotter Enright takes a look at strike 1. Nice low pitch in the corner. 0-1 with 2 gone. Check swing, he went around. That will be strike 2. And like you said, Riley, Braden Barnes in a nice groove here, on pace for really good half inning. And there's strike 3. 3 straight strikeouts, 3 up, 3 down for Braden Barnes, and we'll head to the bottom of the 8th.
Adam Beck, Evan Davis here with Joey Craig, Saints outfielder, and we're going to do a little what's in his bag segment here. So Joey, what's in your bag?
Well, first off, let's talk about the bag itself. This is a sick bag that Arroyo Seco gave me. As soon as I got here, they gave me a bunch of gear too and all that good stuff. But let's crack this thing open. What's the temperature looking like today? Probably like 95.
Yeah.
So, I mean, starting it off, a little core hydration. You know, got to stay hydrated out here in the California heat. Got a little snack at the gas station before, a little pickup. These are just the basic little essentials. Then we got, obviously, helmet, getting us right. And then going to deeper in the bag, we got the Evo Shield elbow guard, keeping us safe from hit by pitches and stuff. Don't want to be crying on the way down the first base, all that good stuff. And then when we do finally get on base, we got the Marucci sliding mitt, so keep our hands safe, all that good
oven
stuff.
glove.
Yep, a little oven mitt.
Do you take stuff out of the oven with it too, or just?
You know, I got my own. I got a special one at home for that, so I'm good on that stuff. And then got a bunch of different batting gloves in here. Never know when they're gonna get too sweaty or run out of grip, or you're gonna slide in the base and they're done for. But preferably, I like the Franklin, the power straps with the extra long one right here, a little extra wrist support, all that good stuff. So.
Is there superstitions with the gloves?
No superstitions for me. I mean, when I was in high school, like, I would get a hit and I'm like, I put the left one on first, I gotta do it again, gotta do it again.
If there's one school that will thrive in the hot Bay Area summer weather, on an afternoon for summer baseball. It's Arizona State, and the coaching staff on both sides of the field this afternoon really making sure to emphasize that point. New pitcher in for the Arroyo Seco Saints from Arizona State, Nolan McCracken will be the third arm on the rubber this afternoon for Arroyo Seco. And he'll get set to face Riley Leninger, followed by Chris Esquivel and Casey Levitt McGee. First pitch from McCracken, high and outside for ball one.
Kraken so far on the summer, 4 appearances. He's thrown 5 innings with 1 save recorded, 7 strikeouts, 2 walks, 2 hits, no runs given up.
1-0 is right down the middle for a called strike, and the count's even for Riley Leninger. Leninger 0 for 2. This one inside for ball 2. He popped out to the infield in his 3rd inning and struck out looking in the 6th. We find ourselves in the bottom of the 8th here, and he's ahead of a 2-1 count against Nolan McCracken. This one in the dirt inside for ball 3. McCracken trying to settle in here as the 3rd arm for the Arroyo Seco Saints, and a lot to live up to as we've had a very successful day on the mound against the Walnut Creek Crawdads. Hitters count for Leninger. Here's the 3-1, fouled into the back fencing for strike 2. Full count here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Here's the payoff pitch. Line foul out of the stadium on the first base side, and we'll do it again at full.
Good barrel, just couldn't straighten it out. Hooked foul and out of play on the right side, but a pretty good swing put on it by Leninger.
First batter of the inning, here's the payoff pitch. Another foul ball chopped over the fencing of the stadium and well over the bleachers here at Monte Vista High School. Another payoff pitch. McCracken delivers in the dirt for ball 4. So Nolan McCracken will walk his first batter of the day.
And McCracken really been one of the strongest relievers. He's only surrendered 2 walks so far this summer. That's now his 3rd.
Chris Esquivel now up to bat. No outs and a runner on first. Esquivel also 0 for 2 on the day. And he'll take a look at strike 1. Oh, 1 to the right-handed batter. Big hack from Esquivel. Bring up strike 2. Oh, 2 is grounded to shortstop. Big heave from Jax Ryan, will not be in time. This will bring Leninger to 3rd base. Nice effort there from Jax Ryan. Grabbed it, turned, and heaved over to first, but a little bit off thrown, and runners at the corners now for the Crawdads.
Yeah, good effort there from Ryan. Tried to do all that he could, but unfortunately throw just got way out of his hand and way far away from the first baseman, Medella. puts runners on the corners.
First pitch to Leavitt McGee will miss low for ball 1. McGee with a chance to get a RBI after a double in his last outing, as second pitch is fouled out of the stadium. Had a double in the 6th inning, reached third but was stranded. And he'll set up for the 1-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2. And McCracken ahead of the count now against Casey Leavitt McGee. No outs yet for the Arroyo Seco Saints with runners on the corners and a 1-2 count for Nolan McCracken. Here's the pitch. Just a bit high for ball 2. Like the idea of the pitch there. Really good speed, almost really good placement, but it'll miss high and even up the count. Saints with a chance to turn 2. Here's the pitch. This will hit him on the arm. He'll shake it off and load the bases for the Crawdads. Leninger at third, Esquivel at second, and Leavitt McGee at first. And this brings up Jared Medham, who was walked in the first inning, grounded out to second in the 4th, and popped out to shortstop in the 6th. He's 0 for 3 on the day. Here's the first pitch. Just a little low and outside for ball 1.
Medham out of St. Mary's College of California alongside his Gales teammate Chris Esquivel, who's now standing on second. Esquivel now in the portal looking for a new home, but Medham set to return for the Gales next year.
Medham didn't like the 1-0, and the umpire agrees with him, which will bring up 2-0 with the bases loaded for Jared Medham. Crawdads still trailing by 15. 2-0 misses high. And a comfortable hitter's count for Jared Medham.
While we're on the topic of Gales, proud to be able to call myself a Gale as well. I was up calling for Medham and Esquivel this past season for the Gales. Just around the corner from here in Danville, over in Moraga, St. Mary's College. Got the opportunity today to say hi to the infield coach and Daniel Costanza, who's here in attendance, as well as my broadcast partner, Griffin Snyder.
3-1 is grounded to third, goes off the foot of Trotter Enright, and this will score 2 runs for the Walnut Creek Crawdads. So a 2-run RBI single will score Leninger and Esquivel, Leavitt McGee at second, and Medham at first. A lot of small world connections in the world of baseball. Wherever you go, you're almost always able to make a connection, say hi to an old friend. First pitch to Ryan Brome, outside for ball 1. Cool community to be a part of, the baseball
No doubt
world.
about that. No doubt about that.
1-0, big swing from Ryan Brome for strike 1. Brome now has runners on first and second. Crawdads only trailing by 13 now. 1-1 misses at the feet of Ryan Brome. Brings up ball 2.
You mentioned that. Crawdads trailing by 13 now on the other side of things. The Saints leading by 13. McCracken has that 13-run cushion and really has nothing to lose. All he's got to do is fill the zone.
Popped up to shallow infield. Jacob Freer gets under it. Could have been either one of them, but Freer will make the grab for the first out of the inning. Runners will stay put as they should. And Joey Donnelly comes up in the left-handed batter's box for the Crawdads. One-oh swung on and missed by Joey Donnelly. Strike one. Only one out for the Saints with Nolan McCracken on the mound. And he'll get ready to kick and deal the 1-1. Way over the head of Garber. Runners will advance. And now two runners in scoring position for the Crawdads.
Again, still a 13-run cushion. McCracken just has to stay in the zone. Obviously, you want to prevent as much as you can, but you still have a lot of runs that you can work with. You just have to go get outs at this point.
High and outside for ball 3. Hitters count for Joey Donnelly. And we talked about this earlier, Riley. Although the 11-run rally inning for Arroyo Seco was awesome, we've definitely seen crazier things happen in the world of baseball. Strike 2 for Joey Donnelly. What I'm getting at here is it's not out of the woods for the Crawdads to make a miraculous 13-run comeback and somehow knot this game up at 16 apiece, although highly unlikely. This ball grounded to first base. Medella will trip up and not able to make a throw. Leavitt McGee comes in to score, and runners at the corners now. A 12-run ball game. Pitching coach for Arroyo Seco heading out to the mound to discuss the situation with Nolan McCracken, as he's now allowed the most offense out of any Saints pitcher this afternoon. Garber will join them for a quick discussion with one gone here in the bottom of the 8th inning.
Yeah, it was 1 run scored in the 7th by the Crawdads. Now they've got 3 up on the board to make it a total of 4. Still a 12-run insurance lead for the Saints. Game's not over yet, though. They still got to finish this one out.
Jared Medem, who had the 2 RBI single, now on third. This pitch outside for ball 1 against Zach Justice, who in his last AB had the home run, which was at the time the lone run for the Crawdads. He looks at a 1-0 count now. Another well-hit ball toward the wall. Very good grab in center field by Lane Hayworth. Medem will tag up and come in to score. But that run will count.
Forgetting the outs. Out on first base was Joey Donnelly. He put his head down and started sprinting as if it were 2 outs. Catch was made. He was stranded out in no man's land between second and third, and he was tagged out in the first base line.
Nonetheless, that brings up the top of the 9th inning for Arroyo Seco with a comfortable 11-run lead. They'll go to offense one more time. Stay with us on the Saints streaming network.
All right, hello and welcome everyone live from Jackie Robinson Field here in Pasadena. Evan Davis joined alongside Adam Beck, and it's the home opener for the Arroyo Seco Saints. Looks like it will hit into the gap. Yes, it will, and it'll score a run off the glove of Pollock. That will score 2. It's quickly 4-0 top of the first inning for the Oaks. 3-1 offering, low and away for ball 4, and that will bring in the first run of the game. It's outside, ball 4. Fisher stumbling off the mound, and the Saints just finding any way possible to get some runs, and they've now walked in 2 with the Saints as a pass ball gets away. 5-2 lead for the Oaks. 2-1 offering, that one down the third base. Beltowski will fire that one across. And 1 out now, but the runners advance to now be 5-3. First and second as they connect again. Carrillo did get a great read on that, and it's over his head. Ground roll double, and this game is tied. The 1-1 offering is connected on. That's in the left field, and that'll do it. The Saints come back down 5-2, and Peter Wirth walks it off.
Top 9 for the Arroyo Seco Saints, who lead the Walnut Creek Crawdads 16-4 here in Walnut Creek, California. J.J. Kennett, who checked in the 6th inning for Jack Little, is currently in a 2-0 count. His first at-bat of the day in the top of the 6th inning. He popped out to center field. Catch was made by Leavitt McGee. He'll take a look at ball 3 and an early hitter's count. 3 straight balls to J.J. Kennett. .30 misses wide, and Kennett will take his base. Runner on first now with no outs for Arroyo Seco.
Yeah, free 4-pitch walk. Saints gave up 3 last inning to give the Crawdads 4. They still lead by 12, but they're always going to take some added insurance.
Levi Medella will crank this pitch right through the second baseman for a beautiful base hit. He will advance a runner, and 2 on now for the Arroyo Seco Saints.
Great piece of hitting right up the middle, past the diving Escovel. Great effort out there at second base, but unable to come up with it. And a great piece of hitting for a single by Medella.
Jax Ryan in the batter's box for the Saints now, sporting his teal batting gloves. He'll take a look at ball 1. Still Braden Barnes in for the Crawdads as he'll throw a strike in the zone to even up the count at 1-1 for Jax Ryan. Jax Ryan also playing at Arizona State. Check swing from Ryan did not go. Will advance the count to 2-1. Still no outs, 2 runners on. Ryan, his bat flew out of his hand. He will retreat from the batter's box and go grab that. Manager of the Saints, Aaron Milam, will hand it to him.
No doubt he was swinging hard on that one.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Strikeout from Braden Barnes against Jax Ryan. First out of the inning for the Crawdads. A little bit of swinging out of our shoes for Jax Ryan. Strike two, his bat flew out of his hands over near the third base dugout, and followed by another swing and strikeout. Grounder to shortstop, throw to second in time, over to first not in time, but a productive out for the Walnut Creek Crawdads. They're one away from the bottom of the ninth.
Looks like a interference call. The runner on first, Medella, ran into the second baseman as he was trying to make the transfer throw over to first. So both runners will be out, and that looks like it will end the inning.
One more half frame here in Walnut Creek. The Saints looking to hold on to their 11-run lead over the Walnut Creek Crawdads. Riley Horn and Mark Robinson on the Saints streaming network. Saints enter the home half of the ninth inning with an 11-run lead over the Walnut Creek Crawdads, looking to solidify a 2-1 overall record on this Northern California road trip. First stop was in San Luis Obispo, California, where the Saints fell 3-0 to the San Luis Obispo Blues. Then up to wine country, Sonoma, California. Saints were able to scrape away a 1-0 win over the Stompers. And here they find themselves in the bottom of the ninth inning, leading the Crawdads 16-4. And with that, we have a new arm in for the Arroyo Seco Saints. Fourth of the day, it's Garrett McGuigan. His first pitch thrown to Cam Taylor is inside for a ball. Almost the exact same pitch for ball two. And Cam Taylor getting ahead of this count early with no outs yet. 2-0, big swing from Cam Taylor for strike one.
Again, same thing that McCracken kind of had a frame or two ago. For McGuigan, huge cushion. You're up by 12, and they have 3 outs left to work with. You just got to get in the zone and go get the outs yourself.
Here's the 2-1. Way outside for ball 3. Three one. Big swing, strike 2. Full count now for Cam Taylor. And Garrett McGuigan's first batter faced on the day, trying to crawl his way back to a strikeout. McGuigan delivers the payoff pitch inside, and Cam Taylor will advance to first base.
And if for any reason the Crawdads are able to scratch and claw their way back into this game, they're chasing 12 with 3 outs, but if they're able to pull off a miracle, you really want to make them earn it. You'd rather not give them those free passes, allow them free 90s. You want to make them do the dirty work. So again, McGuigan just got to get in the zone here.
This ball hit to right field. It'll fall for a base hit. Cavillo will go to first. Cam Taylor to second. And 2 runners on with no outs for the Crawdads brings up Riley Leninger.
That's exactly what it is right there. Stringing together base hits for the Crawdads. It's all about giving that bat to the next guy in line. Got to get 4 runs for every out that you have to work with. So you really just got to reach base safely any way you can.
New count for McGuigan. First pitch inside, ball 1. One-0 right down the middle, called strike, and we're even at 1-1. One and one in the low corner for strike 2. And Garrett McGuigan starting to find his groove a little bit here as the closer for the Saints in Walnut Creek. One, two. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 called. And the first out of the inning for Garrett McGuigan.
Does so with a beautiful back foot breaking ball. Gets the swing and miss right over the top of it. Great executed pitch there by McGuigan.
Chris Esquivel comes up for the Crawdads with 1 gone now and runners at first and second. It's Cam Taylor and Cavillo on the bases. This pitch high over the head of Esquivel, excuse me. McGuigan will deliver the 1-1. Popped up way over the stadium for the first strike of the count.
McGuigan now more than ever just needs to attack. He's now a ground ball double play away from getting out of this game.
Yeah, Saints with a really good opportunity to turn 2 here. 1-1. Right in the zone for strike 2. Nice lofty pitch, floats right into the near side middle corner. One-two count for Esquivel. Flied out to left field. Mosini gets under it. Makes the easy grab. Saints are 1 out away from their second back-to-back win of the road trip, which will bring up Casey Leavitt McGee. Don't even have to turn 2 anymore with runners still on first and second. Safe to say Garrett McGuigan found his groove and is going to be able to close this game out for the Arroyo Seco Saints. First pitch to McGee is on the outside corner for strike 1. soars this one to center field. Hayworth makes the grab, and that's the ball game. The Arroyo Seco Saints end the road trip in dominant fashion with a final score this afternoon, Saints 16, Crawdads 4. The Saints had 13 hits to the Crawdads 7, only one error for Arroyo Seco to the Crawdads 3, and a strong end to the NorCal road trip for Arroyo Seco.
Yeah, just good combination to end the series, especially from the offensive side of things. It was 14.
16-0. 16.
Yes, 16-0, and 15 more runs than they've scored in the past 2 games combined, as well as 2 more hits than they have had in the last 2 games as well. Good stuff out of the Saints offense today.
Yeah, absolutely. This improves them to 7-4 overall. The Crawdads fall to 8-4, so still both 2 really dominant teams in the CCL. And that will do it for the NorCal road trip. The Saints will hop on a bus back to Pasadena and continue their season in Southern California. We thank you for joining us today on the Saints streaming network. Once again, my name is Mark Robinson, joined alongside Riley Horn, saying so long from Danville, California on the Saints streaming network.